Yeah, let's go to Pop Smoke. So yeah, and then
Pop Smoke's mom reacts to the no jumper.
Yeah, and then skip to like 2 minutes and 25 seconds, please.
Have you been able?
I think the is
have
Okay, yeah. Pause it. Oh, okay, boom.
She went along the lines. I think she went along the lines of saying, that he's done. It's not gonna be for long or some shit.
Our
like that.
intimate moments off camera, breaking bread with each other, and it makes me so angry to see someone who was granted another chance at life do interviews and be so disrespectful and disintuned and disingenuous. It makes me so angry, and I find myself writing and like, you are scum of the earth, and then I just kind of like reel back and say, Titi, that's not the energy that you need to have. But it makes me so angry, and I often think about you and how you may feel, and if you even pay any of that any attention, or you close it all out.
I'm not tuned into that. It's not so much that I'm closing it out, it's that it's just not a part of my world. So I have people who will come and say, have you heard? You know, people will hit me up on, Ma, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, what's the matter? And I felt the way when you just said that he was being disrespectful, because I've been told that he's been interviewing and being disrespectful, and I gotta let that go.
Yeah.
Because that lead me up.
Yeah.
I gotta let that go.
Yeah.
Because the bottom line is your life is over.
Yeah.
His life is finished. He's living. But if that's his approach to what he's done, life is done for him.
And that gives me chills, because it's like we know this because we're at a level of consciousness, and we know how we're supposed to operate as humans in the bodies on earth. And when you're not operating in that space, your life is over. And although you are here and you have these arms to move and these legs to walk and these lips to yap.
We heard enough?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Hey, she's a dope interviewer, but
she's dope.
She sounds like Elmer Fudd, but she's fire.
So I look at it like this, right? For everybody that was expecting this kid to come in and give this fucking prolific Barbara Walters special, like, let's just start right there, dog. Like, everybody expected this kid to come in and, like, it was supposed to be a Barbara Walters special. He's supposed to have a turtleneck on. It's supposed to be a 3-night event of, like, all this shit, right? First and foremost, he's a fucking kid.
Yeah.
He said what probably any other kid was gonna say, man. You know what I'm saying? You could tell he didn't know what to say or even how to say it. He said what first came to his mind, which is a bunch of bullshit. And like I said, R.I.P. to Pop Smoke. But there's a lot of kids out here living their damage like him. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even know how to really answer the questions thoroughly. You know what I'm saying? He's just like, I'm not sorry. Like, he's trying to still register it. Hell, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is a fucking child here still, bro, mentally. He might be grown, might have some hair on his nuts. You know what I'm saying? He might take a shit, it stinks, but still a child overall.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially with your development arrested like that, where you're during your childhood years, you're outside sliding, gangbanging, doing all that shit, and then you spend your formative young adult years being incarcerated.
He pretty much said, I wish this didn't happen.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I'm saying? But it come with the territory.
Yeah.
And how he's living. You know what I'm saying, bro? And that's a true representation of what's fucked up out here. We gotta stop trying to sit there and put, like I said, put limitations on, like, or trying to sit there and say this person's wrong, but this person's not. Like, we gotta stop playing selective politics in that. And look at this shit as a whole and look that there's a real problem.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't think that kid, you're right. I also don't think that kid had the eloquence to properly express his emotions. And a lot of it, but I do feel like, shouts to Mama Pop.
For sure.
First of all, you can see so much. I've never seen Pop Smoke's mother prior to this. Like, you can see so much of him in her. Like, she talked like him. Like, there's that, she got that. Do you feel like she was saying your life is over because you're destined to crash out? Or do you think she was like, this big woo on mine, we pushing lines?
Quality, like, no. And she's talking about like it's his energy.
Right.
Spirit.
And his spirit, his quality, right?
On the inside.
Right.
If you have like that much hurt, darkness in you, it's almost impossible to live a life. You feel me?
You already did.
Now listen, I had a conversation, man, like last night, man, with an OG man that I really respect, right? And he sent me this and said, yo, Flacco, go back to the interview that like like No Jumper did, right? And just tell me anything, positive, not positive, impactful. Just tell me anything that you can take away from that interview. And I came back and said, I don't have nothing. And he said, that's my point, right? You see, like folks love to compare in this interview to the Keefe D shit, and I did too.
Yeah,
but
that's a
right
genuine comparison.
Sure, but though this interview was an anomaly, and here's why, right? Even with Keefe D and Tupac,
years went by.
No, right? No, or Pac did something, and they retaliated. It's almost unheard of that we see somebody kill a beloved figure in hip hop, unprovoked, had no smoke with them. The only crime that Pop Smoke ever had was he was a hardworking young man who decided to make something out of his horrible life, become rich to take care of his family. That was his sin. And because he dared to do better and dared to take a vacation to rest, he got murdered. And we not only platformed that, but we paid and compensated that person to come on here and antagonize, right?
I don't know about that part.
That's crazy.
I don't know about the financial aspect.
That's crazy. I know.
Yeah.
According to academics, even Adam confirmed as well.
I don't know about
sure,
that.
Sure. Yeah, right. You know, according to Ac and he tried to use academics to up the price. You feel me?
Like negotiate.
Yeah, right.
He's a kid, dog.
Right?
Yeah.
No, true. No, true, right? And he's a kid, but
mentally, he's a child.
No, sure.
And age-wise.
Yeah, right? No, but though, in terms of whether or not we should have done an interview, I started off saying, well, of course we should have, right? Because this ain't no different than it. And then it took education to where I sat back and said, oh no, this is completely different, right? Like we've never seen this before, right? Where it's just unprovoked, just out of pure evilness, you kill somebody because they, right? And then we platform this. And last night, I truly just sat down with it, man, and said, damn, like this was fucked up.
I see what you're saying, but it's like, where do we draw the line? Because a lot of the artists that we celebrate, the content of their music is all about killing.
Beef though.
A lot of so you're saying because this was an unprovoked attack, because of that,
unprovoked, just a pure evil action, right?
So because of that, that's what makes it. But okay,
it's
so would interviewing somebody like, if he were still alive, a Jeffrey Dahmer or Charles Manson,
they would all have interviews
for sure.
Barbara Walters specials, right now. The top dogs are coming.
60 minutes, though. Yeah,
right.
My problem,
and they'll be nuts.
Let me know. I just want to dive in on this and let's put an adult aspect on this. Like, I feel like we lost two black men. One died on the outside and one's dead on the inside.
Yeah.
We lost, man, we're just losing people all the way around, dog. Like, I just want to know when this shit gonna at least slow down. I get not everything can just stop and come to a halt,
Right.
But when do we use this shit as learning lessons and not just shit to watch and shame?
No, I think that's an amazing point, and it's also a really interesting take that you brought up as far as it being
just unprovoked.
The fact that it was unprovoked does put it in a different category. As much as
compensation being there as well.
Right,
that's happening every day.
Yeah,
it's
for
happening
sure.
right now as we're cutting this. Right now, somebody's going through that right now, baby, 10 blocks down the way.
Of course,
it's happening all the time, bro.
Right.
I say, why do we wait for something like this to happen to this magnitude to be like, okay, enough's enough?
Yeah.
And then that's what I say. Like, that's why I always go back to that shit. Like, why does it always have to be select politics when it comes to that? It's like, okay, now we can say it's enough. Why wasn't it enough before? Just like with the Destiny situation. Why wasn't it enough before? The man's been on that type of shit. Why is it now it's starting to get a magnifying glass on it and now it's become a problem? Because somebody can't listen to some music? Man, there's people out here ain't ever gonna see their babies again, dog.
No, look,
Brothers and sisters, like, it's fucked up.
No, like, for example, right? Even like with King Von, right? There was an
I was gonna bring him up. Thank you.
Yeah, right. There was still the aspect of, we were drenched in beef and we did what we had to do, right?
Right.
Or even like with Ted Bundy, right? Is in his last interview was, I'm trying to give this message to save more people. So there's some purpose to that last interview of Ted Bundy. This dude came, was unapologetic apparently, and it did nothing, it served no purpose but to antagonize the family of Pop Smoke, the loved ones of Pop Smoke. And all that interview did was, listen, if anybody watched that interview who loved Pop Smoke, it don't bring closure.
No.
It did nothing but antagonize.
But do you feel like, but do you feel like
and
that,
he was compensated to
is
antagonize.
But was that Adam's intention?
No.
Did Adam set that?
No.
In fact, did he not give him ample opportunity to express remorse?
No, sure.
Do you think that Adam or anyone would have anticipated?
Hey, dog, this ain't the Supreme Court over here, dog.
Yeah.
There's not impact statements
there's
being
not.
given out, like, or
Right.
where
Sure.
he's got to say he's sorry or anything like that. He's not in a court of law anymore. He feels in his mind he did everything he was supposed to do behind that, whether it was having juvenile life, whatever. Mind you, he was a juvenile, dog.
Yeah.
He was underage when all this happened.
Yeah.
What I saw was a kid that was probably being heavily coached, didn't even have the ability to properly express himself.
No.
And was completely just, overwhelmed by the whole situation. Now, does that justify his actions? Absolutely not.
Fuck no, it doesn't.
You know what I mean? And it goes back to what I said earlier of No Jumper being known as a platform that makes people famous. That doesn't mean that every person that appears on this platform, whether it's that guy, whether it's Jack Like Jess, whether it's whoever, whether it's Richard Spencer, Destiny, whoever, it doesn't mean that Adam's beliefs are in line with that or he's trying to platform them to help them ascend. He's merely trying to conduct interviews, do media, and tell stories.
No, look. And nobody is saying that this kid should not be able to have a life, right? Meaning this, right? Like, if he takes this and turn it into a positive and live a life where he has a positive impact on his community, then in a weird way, that's still a net positive out of the situation.
Hey, just because somebody, and I'm like, I gotta say it and look at it for what it is for face value. Just because somebody kills somebody don't mean they gonna change their life.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Mother gonna change when they're ready to change. He's still a young man, bro. He's still like, he hasn't, like, we're not talking about like a 33-year-old that said, man, he's done a lot in his life and now he found Jesus Christ.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's what a lot of people were expecting from him. Like, to come in and be like, man, like, I turned my life to the Lord. Like, I'm trying to help do this, do that. I think it shocked people that it sounded like he's doing the same shit he was doing before he got locked up. And I think that fucks with people's minds. I'm like, he never, like, jail doesn't rehabilitate anyone.
No. That
doesn't rehabilitate anybody, dog. So I hate when people see motherfuckers say, oh, well, they did all this time, they come out and do the same shit. Well, you never really got rehabilitated.
You get locked up for deterrence and retribution, to deter future crimes and for retribution for the acts that you've committed. Has got nothing to do with rehabilitation. That's
all.
That's an afterthought.
So to expect him to come out and be like, like I said, have all this prolific shit to say and, twist it around and be like, I wish I could have turned back the hands of time. And he said something along that lines. He just said, I'm not sorry.
Right.
And whatever the fuck registers in his mind, that's the problem, bro. Yeah. It's because what's sick is he believes that.
Yeah.
That's what's sad. Is that you can see he believes that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all he knows. Yeah. Nobody taught him nothing.
He has a very limited perspective.
Nobody taught him nothing, bro.
I pray that young man gets it figured out. And, I pray that it seems like Mama Pop is in a very...
Yeah, of course. And for the people who are, I guess, angry or upset that this kid is free, your anger is misplaced. You shouldn't be mad at him that he's free. Be mad at the legislators,
At the justice system,
who put the laws in place where if a 14-year-old picks up his gun and kills 20 people, he gonna be out by 19 or 21 max.
there is discretion to try as an adult.
Or how?
There are instances.
Oh no, there's motherfuckers that got tried as an adult.
Yeah,
No. Here to California though. Now though, this
it's
new
rare.
DA.
It's rare. It's rare.
Yeah,
It's go to Hawaii.
yeah,
Yeah, you go to Hawaii.
Yeah,
Shit like that.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, right. Fam, listen, like as soon as he took office and he like apparently like got rid of life sentences for, bro, he made it clear, if you are under the age of 16 years old, you gonna have 2 lives. Meaning, bro, you can do whatever you want to do. Go out and kill 20 niggas, man.
Yeah, they gonna send you to YA, fire camp.
You got it, man. Feel me?
Yeah.
So, hey, right? So, if I'm in the streets, bro, what's stopping me from saying, hey, bro, and here's $5K to any like little homie? You feel me? Slide on him.
We might need to reevaluate that. I'm not gonna lie. That we might need to reevaluate.
It's crazy.
Especially with the frequency of the murders in our city being committed by the youth, then yeah, we might need to revisit that at a certain
Yeah,
point.
because I ain't gonna lie, because a kid don't know that law, right? Before he can recite his social security number
Yeah,
to you.
before they know their times tables.
He'll let
Like,
you know that,
literally,
hey, I know I can get away with this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know the law on this, but he can't even tell you his times tables or tell you his social security number, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And their OGs tell them at a young ass age, you're gonna be all right, don't trip.